So we just got another bike, but this one's a little bit bigger and supposed to be a lot faster than the last few that we've tested on this channel. This is the new XR16 by Thunder Wasp. This is exactly how it comes from the factory, strapped to a freight pallet. And here's everything else that came in the package. 19-inch front wheel, front fender, handlebar, front number plate, foot pegs, kickstand pre-mounted. This is a 84 volt 10 amp charger. So this is a 72 volt bike. Bar clamps, toolkit, owner's manual, and a pretty interesting decal set. The bottom of the pallet appears to be missing a chunk, but looking closely at the bike, doesn't look like anything got damaged. But let's put this thing together because I am anxious to ride it. I'm not going to torque down the foot peg bracket just yet. I'm going to install both sides and then install the brace in between. Then we'll torque down the bolts on the frame. I gotta say, I don't quite understand the logic behind how this bar is supposed to be mounted on these brackets, since the hardware on both sides clearly make contact with the foot peg mounts. Like, for them to be properly seated and torqued down all the way, you would have to take the foot pegs off, tighten these bolts on both sides, torque down the foot peg brackets, and then tighten the foot pegs. Since I'm having trouble taking the front axle off, I'm just going to lift the whole wooden block out of the crate. It's pretty convenient that the manufacturer included this reinforced cardboard stand in case you don't own like a dirt bike jack stand. So it comes with 2 NFC cards and 2 physical keys. It's also a quick start guide for the left-hand controls. Oh, this thing has turn signals, and it also has reverse. So Thunder Wasp, I believe, is a brand new company, and I thought that this was the only bike that they're releasing, but it looks like they have 3 bikes. The TE comes with a 48 volt 30 amp hour battery and has a peak power output of 3000 watts, 1714 wheel set. Then they have an X10, which I'm assuming is their midsize, 72 volt, 35 amp hour, 10,000 watts, 360 newton meters of torque, and a 19-inch wheel set. And then this is the XR16, 72 volt, 40 amp hour battery, 16,000 watts of peak power, 460 newton meters of torque, 19-inch front and 18-inch rear wheel set. Size-wise though, it's pretty similar to a SurRon Lightbeat X, though it comes with a more dirt-oriented wheel and tire set, more battery, and obviously more power. Speaking of which, we should probably check the charge on the battery and hook it up to a charger for a little while before we take it out for its first test ride. Oh, so you don't need both the key and the NFC, it's just one or the other. So it came shipped with 76 volts, so let's hook this thing up to the charger and we'll go over all the specs and features. To turn the bike on, you can either use the key in the ignition or simply tap the NFC card on top of the display. The bike turns on in neutral, which has the throttle deactivated. Press the ready button on the right side to activate the throttle. On the left-hand controls, you have mode switching on the top left, which allows you to cycle through Eco, Daily, and Sport. Bottom left, you have reverse, horn on the bottom right, left and right turn signals, and the headlight switch on center. If you want to get a closer look at the new XR16, I'll leave a link to their listing in the description below. You can also get yourself $100 off this bike by using discount code PATOUTDOORS. Just gonna do a quick test on the street, starting with the speed test on all 3 modes. I also want to see how accurate the factory speedometer is. So starting in the slowest mode, which is Eco. Oh, hit the cap pretty quickly. 24 miles per hour on the GPS and the display. Wow, that's actually super accurate. No calibrations needed whatsoever. Let's go to D for daily. Oh, damn. Oh, okay. A noticeable difference in torque and speed delivery overall. Come on. Okay, that's crazy. This thing hits 56 miles per hour, not even on the fastest mode. I didn't even read on their website, what is the top speed on this thing supposed to be? All right, screw it. Let's go to sport mode. Holy. Okay, that is... I might have to do that outside of the neighborhood because that is way too much torque. I think there's simply too many people walking their dogs and too many kids in this neighborhood for me to feel safe doing a top speed run in the neighborhood. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with how this thing rides. The suspension has plenty of adjustment as far as rebound, compression, and whatnot, but I'm not gonna make any changes for today. I just wanna get a better feel for how this bike is from the factory before we make too many changes, so I can give you guys a realistic expectation on what you're gonna get when you order this bike. And just in the daily mode, this already feels like an upgraded SurRon. I almost want to say that in sport mode, this feels almost like my Ultra B. The daily mode and the sport mode are the same exact top speed, but the sport mode has a drastic difference in torque delivery. Super aggressive. I don't know if that's ideal for off-road riding. So we're not at my property today. We're actually riding over at Tim's shop. It's got all sorts of different terrain out here that's a little different than mine. Figured it'd be a nice change. So on eco mode, the throttle is very manageable. Like, I can see most beginners just hop on this thing, do a lap or two, and be comfortable just ripping on it. But for me personally, I think I am going to turn it up to daily. I can't believe this is the middle power setting. I got the Thunder Wasp XR16 at our property. Got a couple friends over. Got Nate out here with his SurRon Ultra B, which is slightly modified. He's got the torque controller, Chai battery, 1821 warp wheel set. And this is completely stock. See how it rides. Oh shit. We usually ride my trail counterclockwise, but we added a jump that we're currently still building out. Dude, this thing's freaking a little ripper. I'm so glad that my neighbor Stuart gave me access to his tractor. Now we're able to move dirt around here, start to build ramps, a couple jumps here and there. Now I do hear some sort of creaking coming from this bike, and I don't know what it is. Still figuring it out. Traction's a bit limited with the stock tires. The back is not as knobby as I would like. No complaints with the stock suspension or the brakes so far. I wish the stock tires had just a little bit more traction. You really taking a P51 to the trails today?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I do want to see what kind of lap time I can get with this, but I should also do it on my Ultra B. Right now I have this at 16 PSI as a starting point. We'll make adjustments accordingly. All right, let's see what kind of lap time we can get with the Thunder Wasp XR16. Lap time is going to be 1 or 2 seconds off since I'm using an iPhone timer. I still have to reach to start and stop it, but we'll put the actual time up on screen. I was going to do this on drive or on daily mode for now because, oh my God. Because sport is just a little bit too much for my first lap. I probably should have done some sort of warm-up lap, but whatever. Yo, this thing is sick. Traction though, the rear tire, I am noticing it swing out more than the other bikes. All right, I'm messed up there. I took the faster line. We're gonna have to do this lap time all over again. Holy shit, 1 minute and 35 seconds. That is the fastest by a long shot. I did the fast line by accident. So I'm gonna have to redo it.
What was the time?
1 minute and 35.
Okay, felt quicker.
It should have saved about 2 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds maybe. If we took the usual route, it would have been about 1 minute and 38. So I'm gonna shoot for at least 1 minute 38 on this next round, but
What mode are you in?
I'm on daily mode. Oh yeah, I'm not even on the fastest mode. We're just gonna count that as a warm-up lap then. Round 2, XR16 lap time at the home track. On the middle setting, I'm just gonna ride it on D. Yeah, like I don't see myself using sport back here in the woods. Like I don't know how much more it'll benefit it. Oh, like I'm already losing traction when I'm throttling on turns with the stock tires. So I don't think it's a good idea regardless, but we'll try it out. But I at least want to get a good lap time in on daily mode. All right, I'm gonna take the old line, which is a right here. It's a little bit rougher, but it'll be the most fair comparison to the other times. Yep, exactly what I thought. Minute and 38 seconds. This thing is freaking fast. This thing is freaking wicked, dude. I'm pretty used to this smaller frame. Like, I don't know if I can go this fast on my Ultra B.
One way to find out.
So the way you have your bike configured right now, it's at 20 kilowatts with the torque controller.
Okay, confession. That last one, I bumped it up to sport, so I was at, I don't even know what I got set at 28 to 30 kilowatts, whatever. But yeah, I did bump that one.
And we're running at pretty much the same speed on this stock 16 kilowatt bike?
Yeah. What mode were you in just now?
Daily. I'm telling you, there's a point of diminishing returns with woods riding. It's traction limited, right? When I have it on sport mode, I find myself dialing back because of the rear end loses so much traction. I think if I put knobbier tires on this thing, I might be more comfortable putting it in sport and then ripping on it just to see how much faster we can get on this XR16. But you do have the knobby IRCs on there. That's pretty impressive that we're going at about the same speed out there. How'd you do?
Meanwhile, hey, how are you? Like, I lost you guys on that first turn past the ladder. I think I was just so focused on like just getting a feel for the trail. I again missed the right turn. I didn't see it until like.
It doesn't matter. You're not trying to get a lap time. Okay, let's give this a shot on Nate's bike. I know I've asked you this before, and I probably mostly know about it but I don't want to miss anything on your setup. Can you give me a quick rundown on your Ultra B?
Torque V1 controller, TC1000. Chai battery, 80 volt, 80 amp hour. Sport mode is set to like 28 or 30 kilowatts.
1821 wheel set warp.
1821, yeah, warp 9 wheels. Warp 9 pegs.
Oh man, that has a lot more surface area.
It does, yeah. Coming from there, yeah.
Damn. Hey, see, this is how I end up with buying more shit. It's like every time I hang out with this guy, I ride some, I end up with more stuff. Still gotta take it easy since this is not my bike. I just want to try Nate's bike out. Yeah. Oh, dude, his power is insane. I gotta brake a lot earlier. Oh, okay, it definitely rides smoother than my bike on the rough stuff, but it's definitely a little bit less agile with the front end. Oh. Same thing, minute 35. So after my first full weekend of riding this thing, I gotta say initial impressions, thoroughly impressed with the performance of the XR16. It is miles ahead in performance in comparison to my old SurRon at a 2023 Light B that's just completely stock. If I wanted to make it perform anywhere close to this XR16, I'd pretty much have to upgrade the battery, the motor, the controller, which would cost well over $3,000 on top of the cost of a regular Light B. That would put it at over $7,000, and this is $4,600. Now, obviously, it's not a perfect bike. I was a few seconds behind Nate's SurRon Ultra B, which is heavily modded. That bike probably cost him something like $11,000. This bike could definitely use a set of knobbier tires in order for me to get more traction in the woods and fully use the 16,000 watts of power that it comes with. I think there's also some aesthetic items that I want to change out on it and make some adjustments on the suspension, but I need to put more miles on it before we make any more changes. So stay tuned if you want to see all the upgrades that I'm going to do on this XR16. And if you want to get more information on this bike, I'll leave a link to their listing in the description below. You can also get yourself $100 off by using discount code PATOUTDOORS. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you like this kind of content, want to keep up with some of my projects and some of my reviews, make sure you stay tuned to this channel and turn your bell notification on. But this is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching.